importance of food storage. Why there is a need to store food? If there is a need to store food, we being food processors, yes, there is a need to store the food. Food storage is must so that you can procure it at any time throughout the year across other countries. So food is stored by almost every human being. If it is being stored by animals, it's not the only one that human beings they are going to store the food. Even so many animals, they store the food. They used to store it for so many purposes. Have you ever seen squirrel, Glahari? She used to store the food, and they used to take the food and store it somewhere. So food storage is being done by animals as well. And storage of harvested and processed plants and animal food products is done for distribution to the consumers so that they can be distributed safely to the consumers. So because consumers, they are at the receiving end, so food should be reached to them in a safer manner. Then it is enabling the food to be available throughout the year, so that whatever food you have stored, you can use it throughout the year. Now, very important thing that you are going to reduce the kitchen waste when you are going to preserve the unused food to be used later on. This way you are going to reduce the wastage of food. This you have seen so many times. Your mothers, they are doing whatever vegetables they have cooked or whatever food they have cooked, if you have not consumed it or you are left with some of the parts, then she used to store that this sabji will be served to you in the next meal. So they used to store that food. They are not going to. Have you ever seen your mothers? They're throwing that food, whatever is being left or the leftovers. Even I used to store those chapatis and reuse them. If I am having chapatis saved, they were not being eaten, then they are being stored by me and are being used later on. So this is the purpose, that you are going to reduce the wastage of food. Now, preserving pantry food. What is the pantry food? Which is being used for the purpose of cooking. The ingredients, the dry ingredients, as well as the spices, which are being used for cooking. They can also be preserved for a longer period. Then preparedness for catastrophes. Now, what is this catastrophe means? It is any emergency situation or any disastrous conditions. So for those disastrous conditions, like now you all have faced these disastrous conditions. You might have heard in this corona pandemic, in this corona period, that people, they used to store so much food that pata nahi kal ko food milega ya nahi milega. So they have procured so much atta, so much flour, so much spices, so many things. They procured it for so many weeks, so many months, that pata nahi kitne time tak emergency situation chalegi, till what time this is going to continue. So people were scared that they might not face this food scarcity, so they stored the food for their requirements in the later periods. And there are some religious reasons also. Religious means some people, like I have given an example in this slide, that there was an LDS church and of Jesus Christ of Saints. So they used to store the food for the church members. So this is being done in some temples and some gurdwaras also, where the food is being cooked, that they used to store the food for religious purposes only. It's being served religiously at langar, you can say. Then protection from animals or theft. This you all know, that if you are going to leave the food without any storage, there is a chance that animals, they can steal your food, or some pilferage can occur, and it can be stolen by some other mischievous thefts. So what needs to be controlled? Now when you're going to store the food, what is the reason and what are the parameters which you are going to control during storage. Now tell me, what is the main reason of food spoilage? This is the reason. This is the only basic reason that your food gets spoiled. So what needs to be controlled? Microorganisms, obviously, they need to be controlled, right? Because microorganisms, they spoil the food material, and if it is not being properly stored, microorganisms, they are going to attack the food, they are going to stay on your food, and your food will look like this. Some cottony growth, some sliminess you're going to observe on your food material. So microorganisms, they are the culprits actually which spoil your food. So you should not leave your food at any warm or dry or I mean moist place, because moisture, what you require for your living, we human beings, we require what we require for living. We require food, we require food, we require air, we require water. These three requirements are there for us. Similarly, for the survival of microorganisms, these are the three basic requirements. So you have to curtail these three requirements so that microorganisms, they cannot grow. So wherever you're going to store the food, you must see that there should be no air, no water, and no food. So you cannot say that no food, because this is the food you are going to store. So food they are going to get. So only two things you are going to curtail. One is water, and another one is oxygen. So moisture conditions and aerobic conditions. So these three C's principle you have to follow. Like you have to clean the food properly. Whenever you are going to store it, you have to clean it properly so that there is the least chances of contamination. Then you have to cover it properly. Why to cover? So that microorganisms, they cannot contract your food. And then you have to keep it at a cool place. Why at cool place? Because most microorganisms, they used to grow at a specific temperature of around 30 to 40, 30 to 50, you can say this is the range at which the microorganisms, they usually grow. So you have to slower down this temperature, you have to decrease this temperature below that, and if you are going to keep it at a cool place, so there are least chances that microorganisms, they are going to grow on your food. So what are the major storage areas where we use to store the food? The first one is dry food store. Here the temperature is 10 to 21 degrees centigrade, and this dry food store is basically used for all non-perishables. You know this concept: perishable food, non-perishable, and semi-perishable. Perishable means which spoils very easily, like milk. It spoils in 1 or 2 days. But non-perishable, it contains like grains. They come, these type of commodities which are almost dry, they come in this category of non-perishables. Then the refrigerated store, this is also for perishable as well as non-perishable. I've mentioned non-perishable, but it is for perishables actually. So you have to store the food at 1 to 4 degrees centigrade. Then there is a freezer store. You used to freeze the food for longer duration of time, like for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, even 5 years. Here you are going to hold the food for a longer period of time, and the temperature is -6 to -25 degrees centigrade. The temperature is below 0 degree, right? Now the foods, because we have to take care of the food industry where we are going to receive the food. There also the food is being stored and is being used for the later purposes. So the foods which we receive at the receiving station or at the transportation station, it is being received by some quality assurance manager or some technicians. So they have to take care that these food supplies, or whatever they are going to receive, they should be properly labeled. Without labeling those transportations, they are going to discard those containers if they are having some missing labels, if they are having no labels, or they are being mislabeled, right? So those trolleys, those containers, those transport mechanisms, they are being discarded. Those foods are not being taken by them. Then seasonal and non-seasonal availability of food is also being considered while procuring the food at the food station in the food industry, right? So there should be proper transportation of food in a proper, like if you are they are going to transport some perishable materials, it should be in chillers. There should be some cold storage and insulated vans should be there, which are going to transport that milk. So those type of foods, they are not being accepted if the temperature is more than minus 15 degrees centigrade. That is totally discarded. Now these are some of the golden rules. If you have to store the food for longer duration and for proper food handling as well. These you are now doing in your routine. This is your practicing daily, washing your hands. Same ways you have, whatever you are going to store, you have to wash, wipe and clean your items. Those items that need cleaning. It's not like you are going to wash. If I talk about grains, yes, you wash those grains, but you dry them. You're not like you're wiping those grains. You can wipe some fruit and vegetable materials. So this applies wherever it is being applicable. And then clean those items that needs cleaning. And that whatever food you are going to use, that you are going to procure from farm, so it should be processed, stored and served as soon as possible. As soon as you have procured it from the farm, make sure that it should be processed. If it is not being processed at that very time, then store it at the earliest. Don't keep it at outside like I am going to store it later, or I have procured it at the daytime and I'm going to store it tomorrow or day after tomorrow. It should not be like that. It should be stored as soon as possible. Now, whenever you're going to put the food items in a freezer, you have to check the earlier placed items, earlier frozen items as well, as there are chances that they can be spoiled. So don't mix and match these items together, right? This FIFO concept I'm going to tell you in my next slide. So you have to store the food in the specific area of storage, and you have to keep different food items separately. Why? You have to keep these items separately because then one item's flavor can be absorbed by another item. So I suggest you the way I tell you that you should chill out, same ways your food should be chilled out. So these are some of the guidelines for food storage, periodic maintenance and check for storage, the stored food, transportation, tools and equipments. You should avoid this overcrowding and overstocking of the food. Wherever you are going to store this food, there should be no overcrowding. You should not stack the food one above the other without any knowledge. Then the access to food store should be restricted to only some people. Whenever there is need to control or need to check that item, only then you should access the food storage. Otherwise, there should be least exposure to that area so that it can reduce the exposure to contamination. Then always arrange the food supplies using FIFO method. What is this FIFO? This is first in, first out. So the post-dated foods, they are going to lose their quality and they can sometimes become unsafe. So you have to remove those foods from your storage areas. This FIFO, it ensures that the proper rotation of foods is there in your storage area, because the items which you have placed earlier, you are going to take them out first, and those which are placed later, you are going to take them out after that. So when foods are received, put the oldest in the front, because you have to take that item earlier. So you have to place the oldest item in the front and the newest in the back. And you always have to identify the package date and date of purchase also. So because there are chances of cross contamination in storage, one food can easily supply its flavor to other material. So bacteria, they can also be transferred from one food to another. This is quite obvious that there are chances of bacterial transfer also. So overcrowding and overstocking of foods, it should be avoided, and appropriate storage areas for foods should be there. Like bananas, they are never stored under refrigeration. I'm leaving you with this idea or this question, that why bananas, they are not stored under refrigeration. Have you ever seen bananas being stored in refrigerator or being kept in refrigerator? You've never seen. So I'm going to leave you with this question today, that why this is so. Why your mothers, they don't keep bananas, and rest of the other fruits, they are being kept in the refrigerator but not bananas. So this you have to tell, we are going to discuss tomorrow.